Hi everyone, this is Commander Sophia Cast from Star Trek Pathfinder. I'm here today with Captain Watson, and we got such a positive feedback on our video from Season's Greetings from Christmas. We thought we would do another quick one for you. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Oh, hello everybody, welcome to Star Trek Pathfinder. I hope you enjoy this video, and take it away, Commander.
Okay, we have several questions we want to ask you. So just give us a rundown right now of what's going on in the story.
Currently, the Pathfinder is damaged and is stuck back in the year 1895.
Oh boy. What's in store for our ship and crew? No spoilers.
Well, what's in store? We have a lot of episodic adventures ahead in the future. We've actually got we're out 2 months writing and developing stories. About 2 months right now. Currently, we're shooting part 4 of the Meme-isode Never Met a Stranger.
That's right. We spent most of today doing photo shoots, and earlier this week, the rest of our crew were doing their photo shoots as well. How did Pathfinder begin for you?
Well, it started out back a few years ago with a group of Star Trek fans, a lot of cosplayers who enjoyed, doing photo shoots, and we had a really great photographer, Ron Wheeler, who did all the photos, and 2 of our current cast members in Star Trek Pathfinder, Tony Jantz and Chase McKinney, were in this, and we kind of did a meme-isode, kind of a humorous one. And after that, got to thinking, we need to expand this and come up with something more consistent that we could do at conventions.
Can we see the comedy that you and
it is out on my personal website, Paul T. Watson, because it's not really a part of Pathfinder. It's called Lower Decks, and again, I was not trying to steal any thunder from CBS. We do all this to honor them and promote the CBS franchise and all that is Star Trek, but I based it off because it was about the episode in Star Trek The Next Generation was Lower Decks, about the ensigns, all the little guys.
Right.
Well, that's kind of where Pathfinder started. We were the little guys on the Enterprise, and then as we grew in our careers in Starfleet, we all ended up together on Pathfinder.
Okay, so let me ask you the most common question that I get on my messenger is, what's the process? How do we make this happen? So just give us a rundown of how we do this.
Well, a lot of it starts at conventions. We bring green screens and uniforms, and we get convention guests to join in, and cosplayers who've signed up with Pathfinder. We've got quite a team that we've built up over the last few years, and we just take the photos and go roll with that. And sometimes the story develops off the photo. Most of the time we have pre-written scripts and lines, which will become a part of the meme-isode, obviously, and we have the people read lines. We read the lines while we take the pictures, and we take we could take 7 to 10 pictures for one line just to get the right facial expression, the right way to stand. Yes, you know very well. It's a rather tough process. Then the post-production of getting the background applied through the green screen and so forth, and then
roll it out.
Right.
Exactly. What's your favorite part of that whole process? What do you like to do the most? Because you've got the writing, you've got the photography, you've got all of the digital editing, and then you've got all of the feedback from the fans. What's your favorite part of this?
My favorite part is the photo shoots.
Oh,
because actually, Will and I, when we first started, I think the first comment he goes, I really feel like I'm on a starship. This is great. We just used a green screen. But every now and then we'd stop and I'd apply it to a background. But we're acting out roles that are similar to all our heroes in Starfleet. Again, if you go to our Facebook page at ST Pathfinder or Star Trek Pathfinder on Facebook, we talk about we don't play any particular characters that are in Star Trek canon. We are just our own selves. We're a crew on a different ship. But we try to stick to canon as best we can and not violate any canon. Like, we're not going to create a planet that was never mentioned in Star Trek, or we're not going to say that warp drive goes to warp 14 or anything like that. We're not going to do any of that kind of,
Yeah. Oh, that would be some writing. So after all the writing's complete, which I find to be the the most tedious part, but I also find it to be the most engaging part for me is writing. And luckily, I am on the writing team, so I do appreciate that very much. What happens? How long does it take from writing for it to go to, this is another question that came from one of our fans from Facebook Messenger. How long does it take from writing to putting it on Facebook?
Generally, before COVID, about a month. After COVID, the photo shoots take longer, obviously, because they have to coordinate it online with the various cast members, and so we can all stay safe. So yeah, generally about 1 month.
About a month after the writing, yeah.
And that's also if our day jobs don't interfere.
Right.
Because this is weekend warrior stuff we're doing here.
Yes, but luckily we have a very dedicated crew. Our cast is dedicated, and they get the pictures in relatively quickly when they need to. Obviously, we'd rather all do them together, but for the last year, we've adapted and overcome, which is, that's kind of the Starfleet way. You do what you have to do.
Yeah, and I'd like to give a shout out to all the people who are involved. Just, there's Ensign Logan. We'll start with the ranks. Ensign Logan, Lieutenant Burrows, Lily Burrows on Facebook. Let's see, Chase McKinney, who plays Lieutenant Commander Jonathan Hunter, our chief engineer. Then there's obviously our first officer to begin with, Will Dimebeck. Of course, he now has his own ship, and Commander Cast is the first officer. But I don't want to give you any spoilers, because currently she's at a little bit of a higher rank right now in the Memisodes. And there's C.J. Peterson, was our chief of security, now
first officer,
yeah. And there's Trevor Dallas Orr, who's plays Dr. Dallas, the chief medical officer. And we've had other cosplayers, Michael Storms, Sandra Perez,
Tony Jantz.
Yeah. Tony Jantz played Captain
Terry
of the U.S.
Tarkenton.
Our Admiral.
Very regularly for us.
Yes, he's one of our main regulars. He's plays Admiral Tarkenton. He's our commander for our sector. And I was going to Sarah McCaslin. Yes, she was our chief medical officer when we first launched the show. And a lot of it, our cosplayers come and go, but they've all done a great job.
Yeah,
and Karen Johnson, we have Karen Johnson, who did a great job as, getting almost killed during the Memisode ambush. And so we're always looking for new cosplayers at conventions, but that's, again, the convention, without the conventions, it has slowed things down a little bit, because that's the best venue to do the photo shoots.
Right, but we're looking forward to the conventions opening again when it's safe. We're very mindful of that, and we'll be pulling in convention goers to serve as crew members as we did in the past. That was such a positive experience all the way around.
Definitely.
I personally absolutely look forward to it. I love the interactions. So did you have any questions specifically for me, since I've asked you all the questions?
For Sophia Cass?
For Sophia, yes.
Yeah, Sophia Cass. So we served together on the Enterprise 5 to 6 years ago, and we dated. Then
things.
Then things happen. Wolf 359. If you go to Star Trek Pathfinder, you'll see the whole. And then we went our separate ways on separate assignments. But do you still blame Captain Watson for the death of your damage control team during Wolf 359? That is my big, hot sports opinion question right there.
Oh dear. You'll have to read the Memisodes and see how that comes out in the future. That's actually in a further writing. So hang on for that one. Of course not, Sophia. I wouldn't blame anybody else for that. But unfortunately, when you sign up, that's what you get. So we need to wrap it up so we can get this out to our fans. That wasn't awkward. No, just kidding.
You asked.
How do you know? No, that's great. No, it's a great question. I have actually pondered that many times as playing the role of that I get to be Sophia and Sophia. So would she actually? No, don't tell me. No, she wouldn't hold it against anybody. It's just not who she is. Okay, so how do we find Pathfinder? How can we? And please share this with your friends and your contacts on Facebook. So go ahead and tell us how we can
on
find
Facebook.
Pathfinder.
It's Star Trek Pathfinder. Star Trek Pathfinder on Facebook. All social media, it's at ST Pathfinder. That's on Twitter and on Instagram, as well as Facebook. And we're working on getting onto YouTube. Some of our videos are already on Star Trek Pathfinder on the channel, the YouTube channel Star Trek Pathfinder. But that we've only just now hired somebody to do our YouTube productions, so that's in progress right now.
Yes, eventually we are going video, and again, that's what we get a lot of messages about. When are you going to put them on video? We're working on it, and we actually have someone in charge of that now, so we're super excited about that, but it is going to take some time. So keep your ears open on that. Follow the Star Trek Pathfinder page on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll let you know as soon as that channel's up so that you can subscribe to it and see all of our videos. Did you have anything else you wanted to share?
No, other than that, it's great talking to you.
Yeah.
Great, enjoyed the interview. And guys, make sure and like our page, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and
watch for us on YouTube.
Watch for us on YouTube.
Bye.
Bye. Live long and prosper.